Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashutosh and in this tutorial series we are going to start a project on HTML5 canvas. For this project we are going to use Typescript and we'll be using a Typescript compiler to transpile all our Typescript files into JavaScript files, and along with that we are going to use Webpack, which will combine all our JavaScript files into a single JavaScript file. Okay, so I'll start with creating our index.html file. I will add the HTML5 content. I will add a title, canvas TypeScript. Okay, so our index.html file is now ready. So I will add our first TypeScript file, index.ts. Cool. So now it's time to install our node modules. So before installing our node modules, we need to create a package.json file. So let's open our terminal. So I'm using Yarn as a package manager. So Yarn init. So we need to have our project name in small caps. So I'll define the author now. Cool. So our package.json file is now ready. So now it's time to add our first node module, Yarn add TypeScript. Save it as a development dependency. Our TypeScript installation is now complete. We also need to create a TypeScript configuration file. I'll use the command npx tsc init and it will generate a TypeScript configuration file for me. Our tsconfig file is now ready and we don't really need to touch the default options that has been already set by the TypeScript compiler. The option seems good. So let's move ahead. Now I will install the Webpack tools. I will install Webpack, the Webpack CLI. I will also install the Webpack dev server, and last but not the least I will install the TypeScript loader, which is a Webpack middleware, and I will install all these packages as a development dependency. Alright, so my packages are now installed. Now I need to create a Webpack configuration file. So let's create a Webpack configuration file. Cool. Now I will export our configuration object. So first I need to define an entry point. So my entry point would be the index.ts file. Then I'm going to define the output point. My output point, the path is gonna start with the current directory. Then my file name would exist in the disk folder, and let's name it as bundle.js. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now we need to actually resolve our extensions. So the extensions is gonna be an array of all the extension types. So the first extension is gonna be TypeScript, then the JavaScript. Now let's prepare for loaders. Cool. So let's define the rules. My first loader object is gonna test for the extension of TypeScript, and the loader that I'm gonna use would be TS loader. Cool. So my configuration file is now ready. To execute Webpack, I will add few commands. So let's define my scripts. I'll name my command as build. I'll execute Webpack and I will point it to the configuration file that we have just created, config.js. Cool. Let's run the command yarn build. We can see Webpack is not running. Great. So here's a disk folder and a new file is generated. We can see in the green as well, bundle.js. Now let's add our bundled JavaScript file into our index.html file. To execute our project, I will add one more command into our package.json and I will name that command start. I will execute webpack dev server and I will again point it to the configuration file that we had created. Cool. Let's run yarn start. Okay, so our webpack dev server is now running. We can see we can now access localhost, and now if we go to the console we can see hello world that we had wrote in our index.ts file. So let's go to our index.ts file and let's change our console log. Let's save it. We can see it's recompiling. If we go to the console,
Great, we can see the changes. Let's try it again. Let's change the console log again. If we go to our browser, awesome. So our live reload is now working. Great. So that's all for this tutorial. So now we have set up our project using TypeScript and Webpack. From the next tutorial onwards, we will start writing a code for HTML5 canvas using TypeScript. Thank you guys. See you in the next tutorial.